Hello guys, it's Ocean Breezer 325 here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day right now, but we are going to give a guide here on the Fiji. I know I have ranked gameplay of the Fiji, but this is going to be an actual guide towards the Fiji, as I find the Fiji to be one of the better cruisers in the game, especially at tier 6. So off the bat, we're on Trident, capture the base. So right here we take a while to press X, but this is the Fiji, the tier 6 British cruiser. Some characteristics for British cruisers: they fire only AP, have pretty good torpedoes, and their torpedoes can be launched in 1x1 format, which means virtually no spread between the torpedoes, which means you can get almost all of your torpedoes on target and do devastating amount of damage. But something you definitely want to keep an eye on is British battleships can get citadeled with relative ease, so that's something pretty important. They also have British smokescreen and British sonar, which are probably two of the best in the game. As far as the Edinburgh, which is a tier 7 cruiser, you can swap out the smokescreen for radar, which is also good for hunting destroyers. But obviously this is the Fiji, so we're gonna get some shots here on the Jean Bart. And you notice the shells are at a decent speed, but we do get solid penetrations. And there you see the Jean Bart absolutely wreck us there for half of our HP gone in one salvo. So you definitely want to be careful and be paying attention. So there's a Roma right there rushing off the side of me. So I immediately just pop my smoke screen, as this is a pretty scary sight to see. You're basically surrounded by every single battleship in the game with consistent armor piercing. The Jean Bart has one of the most consistent AP in the game, which is scary. And the Roma has great cruiser AP, as her guns aren't that big. But you see, we're still getting consistent penetrations on this Roma. As you see, we are penetrating his side armor with relative ease, as well as our commander skill, which does help out with that. And again, screenshots always at the end of videos for commander builds. Anyway, I continue pummeling this Roma with AP. As you see, we can't really switch to HE. I guess that's one of the not so good benefits of the British armor piercing, or of the British cruisers, sorry. But they do have pretty good long-range torpedoes with good damage output. And they also have repair party, which in the Edinburgh, again, is absolutely amazing. The Edinburgh can take 5 torpedoes, be at 1 HP, and heal back to 10,000 HP. The Edinburgh's heal is awesome. And the Fiji's heal is pretty good as well. So right here we launch torps into that Roma. We don't launch them single by single because we already know single by singles they're super accurate, which means our chances of hitting him are slim at these types of ranges, because he's gonna try and turn out. And he takes 1 torp in the bow. So immediately we just pull out of the smoke screen, and we're gonna prepare to attempt to punish him broadside. As right here, this is when I'm like, wow, that's amazing penetration. But that wasn't me. That was the other Roma. There's a sneaky New Orleans behind that mountain who gets a bit too cocky, and he starts to give me angles in which he gets absolutely pretty hardly punched in the mouth. So there's the New Mexico off to my left, there's the Jean Bart off to my right, and now there's a Sinop in the front of me. It's like the worst case scenario in a cruiser. You're surrounded on all sides. You can't do much because any broadside you expose, you're done. But another characteristic of the Fiji and Edinburgh is that their bow armor cannot be overmatched by 16-inch guns, which means if you put your bow at the Sinop, he can actually not citadel you. So your bow armor is amazing in both the Fiji and Edinburgh. Even though they're both designated as light cruisers, the Edinburgh has 30mm of armor in the bow, and the Fiji has 25. Right here we take a beautiful shot at this New Orleans And we don't, actually. Never mind. Psych. And then we take the better shot and we citadel him. Right there. 2 penetrations and 1 citadel. So that New Orleans is not having a good day out there as he continues to try and take evasive maneuvers. But we're pretty much dead, but we do hit all 3 torps on that synop, so that brings our damage up to 86,000 damage. That's pretty good, and it almost looked like my shells phased through the island, but dispersion doesn't help us there. Torpedoes, 10 seconds reload as we are about to torp this Gene Burt. But unfortunately he's starting to turn away as he knows going through that island is a trap. So we noticed that, so we just don't fire. And right now this mountain is providing us major cover from that synop, which means that we really can't get hit by anything else besides the New Orleans. So I realize that and I take my shots. Obviously I didn't lead him enough, but then we get overpenned, luckily, not citadeled. So that's good, always good to get overpenned and not citadeled. And then I realized that, oh, it's probably the destroyer. And yep, it sure is the destroyer. I pop a smokescreen back up as I try to get some shots on that synop still. Who's giving me broadside, and broadside battleships against British AP they won't get immediately citadeled, but they'll take pretty consistent damage, as British AP does not overpen as it arms quickly, which makes this great against the cruisers like the New Orleans, which we didn't get any overpens, and makes it okay at dishing out consistent damage against battleships broadside. Right there, unfortunately, we get spotted, so that's gonna be the end of me, as AP is coming my way. We go and sleep with the fishes from the New Orleans who spotted us. But this kind of shows us the role play. You're supposed to deal damage to all ships and not focus on one. And we did over 100,000 damage and a decent game overall in my Fiji. So this has been the guide with Ocean Breezer 325 towards the British cruiser the Fiji. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for riding the waves with Ocean Breezer.